Before I get started on today's video, make sure you like and subscribe because that Power Book 3 Raising Kanan Season 2 shit's gonna be happening, I think, within the next week. No, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So, we got some interesting things within the trailer. It seems like we have the Italians, right? It seems like we have, Raquel have to, I guess, well, she's talking about expanding the business, and then I guess it's going to be dealing with the Italians. And then we see Jukebox potentially having, I guess, maybe like a new love interest, right? We see that, and we see, I guess, Kanan visiting his father, DEFCON. Now, I was getting confused because I was like, wait a minute. When it looks like DEFCON, I believe it's DEFCON, and I was like, wait a minute, wasn't it that guy from in the first beginning, when I guess Kanan was explaining his story, and Raquel was being learned or was being taught these things, and I was like, wait a minute, was it DEFCON that died and got burnt in the car, or was it somebody else? Because I was like, wait a minute, didn't Kanan mention this? But I guess not, because we see this guy, he's in prison, so I guess we have to assume that this is DEFCON. And he's talking to Kanan. He's like, yeah, you have to man up because this is, well, it could be anybody, but I believe it's DEFCON. It has to be DEFCON, right? So, I like all these possibilities that's like running through my brain about all of this, because I'm like, wait a minute, because he has the same jumpsuit, prison suit that Kanan had in the original Power. So I'm like, wait a minute. So in the future, will Kanan? I mean, it's kind of fucked up when you think about it. That will it be the same prison that Kanan goes to? Because it looks like he has the same suit on. Because I was like, wait a minute, if DEFCON is in prison, right? Wouldn't he technically have reach in prison to actually have some men kill Unique in prison? Because he is in prison, but I guess from the shot, it looks like Unique is in a different prison, and DEFCON is in a different prison. So I guess to make it more interesting, so that way it doesn't be like, okay, DEFCON can actually get to Unique quickly and he can actually kill him and stuff. Because from what Raquel was explaining, that DEFCON was like really respected in the streets. So it was like, okay, but I guess for like the story purposes, is like not to have them both be in the same prison, because we seen the shot that they have like two different jumpsuits on. So I'm like, okay, that's cool, right? And then we also seen in the trailer that Kanan actually sees Howard. He sees Detective Howard, like he sees him. So it's like the weighing in of the thought of Kanan actually killing a cop, kind of like plays off where I guess he says like he's not. It doesn't seem like he was built for it, like he's not ready. And then Raquel, basically tells him within the trailer, like, you have to make a path in the future for yourself. And it's like, you see, it's kind of funny when you say that, because technically, Kanan did have the opportunity to set his own path when, that fancy school he was going to go to, right? But then he kind of fucked it up because he wanted to protect his mom. But then now he's starting to realize that when he said it, where he was just like, I don't know how to protect you. Because it's like, yeah, he doesn't really, he's not smart enough yet to, like, put the pieces together on a chessboard to figure out a way of protecting his mom. Because Raquel, we all know Raquel gonna be on some fuck shit. Raquel gonna be on some fuck shit this season and stuff, which we will potentially see that rift between Kanan and Raquel. We're gonna see that and stuff, and it's gonna be quite interesting. Because the one thing I want some of y'all to like let me know in the comment section down below is, okay, DEFCON being in prison, because I'm more interested about this now, like DEFCON being in prison. So I'm like, wait a minute. So what actually happened? What really actually happened that had DEFCON be put in prison? Because remember, DEFCON believes that Kanan is his son. He still believes this. So DEFCON doesn't know that Raquel kind of was, I guess, maybe rolling around, and she got with Detective Howard, and then he did his business with her. Then Kanan is technically his son, right? So I'm kind of wondering, like, what got him in prison. Like, my brain is thinking, like, yo, maybe Raquel kind of did some ghost shit, some Ghost and Tasha shit before Ghost and Tasha was ever born, right? That she basically did some shit to get DEFCON to be put in prison for like a long time, right? Out of fear of maybe him killing her and baby Kanan and stuff, right? Maybe. Ooh, see. I know. I'm speculating because I'm like, you know what? That shit might actually make sense. I mean, it'd be fucked up though that Raquel and Howard basically got Def Con to be put away in prison, right? Because why is it that? And I mean, it would be like a far fetched idea because it's like they put Def Con in prison, right? She breaks up with Howard because she's like, I just only needed you for that reason and stuff, right? And then he finds out, I guess later on, that Kanan's his son, right? And then she's like, well, no, fuck this, because you're gonna get in the way of my son's future, and I only want my son to myself. So, Kanan's son, kill this man. So it's like the idea wouldn't be technically far fetched because she would have initially screwed over two people, Def Con and Detective Howard, right? So if that that shit would be kind of wild as fuck if we actually find out more details about that. Like, yeah, that's what actually happened, but we're gonna have to wait and see because y'all know me, like I be thinking deep about these ideas and the way things be going because power's always been about the whole like twists and turns and the whole being 5 steps ahead of the next person and stuff rather than being like 30 steps behind. So I am very, very curious. Yeah, I just yeah, like I said, I get very curious about these things and shit, right? But I mean, we still like, I guess, like either a week or 2 weeks ahead until we actually see like what's really going to happen and stuff, because we also saw in the trailer that Marvin and Lulu, like, they buy Raquel's side and stuff, and then Lulu was actually asking like questions. Like, I guess we're gonna start to see more in this season, like a defiant Lulu. Like, listen, like he's gonna start pressing like Raquel, like, these decisions that you making is kind of crazy, and she ain't gonna be trying to have any of that. And we also saw Symphony too, like yo, Rock, like, what's up? Like, I don't think Kanan's built for this, and she's like, listen, I know my son, he's ready for this. And it's like, which Raquel is failing to understand is that Kanan is not Def Con's son. He is Detective Howard's son, Malcolm Howard. That's his blood. Like, it's like whatever decisions he thinks about is either seems too rash, seems too bold. That's the DNA of the father. So it's like he's not like Def Con, where Def Con's about that life. Now, obviously, later on in the story, we will see Kanan be molded into becoming the Kanan that we all know from the original Power. Like, we're gonna see that and stuff, but it's just like now, Kanan's like questioning like all these decisions. He don't know if it's right, he don't know if it's wrong, and then you see Jukebox talking to Kanan in the trailer. She's like, Raquel shouldn't have had you do that and stuff. So it's like, god dang, man, god dang, like it's looking good. Hey, like, I ain't gonna lie, it's looking good, man. It's looking good. But post your comments down below on what do you think is actually gonna happen with everybody in general. Like, what are your thoughts on like Kanan and like Jukebox's relationship? That's the one thing I want to know about too, because Jukebox didn't really blame him after the whole, her girl died and stuff. Like, she didn't really blame him for that and stuff, but I feel like in this season we will see like maybe more of a darker Jukebox. I think we're gonna probably see more of a darker Jukebox. Kanan is gonna be really conflicted on his decisions and his emotions about certain things, and the fact is that Raquel lied to him, because we're gonna see that when Howard comes up to Kanan, he gonna be like, listen, I don't blame you. Hopefully I don't blame you. I might not be too mad about it, and I'm your father. Right, so that's gonna have to come out, and then when that does, Kanan is not gonna believe it, but then something's gonna happen, and he's gonna be questioning some things, like Def Con and Howard and all these things and stuff. Because when you think about it, Raquel never really wanted to mold Kanan that way. She always was like, no, you need to go to school, you need to do this, you need to do that. She never wanted Kanan in the life, but it was just that Kanan felt that he needed to protect his mom. It was like two things. He wanted to protect his mom, and then he wanted Davina. That was like the only two things in season 1, because he killed I forgot that fool's name, but he killed that guy in season 1, and then He got with Davina eventually, but then he screwed up the plans with Raquel and Unique because they was working on like an agreement, but he fucked that up. So, you know, that kind of like messed up some things there and stuff. So, Kanan's future is gonna go down the way that we know it's gonna be in the original Power and stuff. So, it's like, I guess Raquel, in a sense, is gonna trying to mold Kanan into being DEFCON in a sense. That's what we kind of looking at it, because seeing how Raquel went on like, yo, you know, like DEFCON was like this bad dude back in the days. So I guess the only alternative for her would be to try to mold Kanan to being like DEFCON, and then getting rid of Howard because Howard is only gonna like turn him against her and then bring him down to his level, and she doesn't want that at all. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, and who knows? She might even blame Kanan too, because she's gonna be like, well, you know, you didn't get the job done. Like, he's still breathing, he's still alive. You know, what's up with you? Like, it's gonna be a lot, man. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a lot of stuff. But like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will catch you all in the next one.